Good morning. Today is Science Day, Grade 1 Science. We're in Book 1. We're on page 18. Page 18 is about different materials. You can learn about things by how they look and how they feel. So here we have a stone, a wooden spoon, a balloon, a candle, an apple, a paintbrush, and some wool. See if you can find things in your house. Ask Mummy to help you. If you haven't got them all, it doesn't matter, but just, if you can, feel these different things. And look at them. Now, what happens if we turn the light off? And there's no light. Can you still see them? No. How easy do you think it would be to tell the difference between an apple and a stone in the dark? Can you feel the difference, do you think? What about if it was an apple or a ball of wool? How would you know? What would be the difference? Yes, that's right. Some apples feel hard, some feel soft. So the apple would feel hard and the wool would feel soft. Page 19, it says, look at the pictures again. Circle your answers using different colours. Use one colour for soft and one colour for hard. You only need two colours. Put a circle around all of the hard things in maybe blue. And put a circle around the soft things in black. Well, the wool is soft, but there's soft on the paintbrush. So maybe this one you put two rings around it. Have a go, see what you think, and do the circles. Now, put your hand inside a bag. Don't look inside, just feel what's inside it. What can you feel using your fingers? Just like the girl in the picture. You can ask Mummy to get a bag and put some things in it for you to feel. Now, some objects are made of different materials. Some materials feel hard, some feel soft, some feel smooth, some feel rough. So what about this toy here? Is it soft or hard? Which word do you put a circle around? Now, materials have properties. Property means is how a material looks or how it feels or what it can do. So if we look at these things in the pictures and we look in these balloons, we can see different words which describe these things. Those are the properties of the things. So for example, here we have a teddy bear, and the property of the teddy bear is that it's soft. So let's have a look. Something that's see-through. Well, what would that be? Well, that's the window, isn't it? So you draw a line. And you do the same thing with the other pictures. Now, find objects in your classroom. Well, you can do that in your house. Sort the objects into groups. What is each object like? Put that into your notebook. Are objects in more than one group? Which object is the hardest? Which object is the shiniest? And which object is the softest? Okay, so fill in the spaces here. You've got words and you've got spaces. So the one's been filled in. Material can be shiny. And what would be the right word to put here? It's got 4 letters, so it's that one. And you put this word here. And that's the end of that page. Say that some things are waterproof. That's because they keep water out. Or in. So a plastic bottle is waterproof, because the water stays inside. And this man is in a tent. That's a little house made of material, of cloth, and it's been made waterproof. Now, what do you have at home that's waterproof? Well, maybe you've got a coat for when you go out in the rain on a motor. Maybe your school bag is waterproof. I don't know. So, what about investigating? What material is best for keeping cotton wool dry? Well, maybe Mummy's got some cotton wool in with her cosmetics. So ask her for some cotton wool and then try wrapping it in different materials. Predict, guess, which one do you think will keep the cotton wool dry? Paper, cardboard, plastic and cloth. So you get a piece of the material and wrap it around your cotton wool and then you put it in water. And then you put a check mark in the one that keeps it dry. If it doesn't keep dry, you put a cross. And that's the end of that. Now then, answer the questions. Which material keeps the cotton wool dry the longest time? Copy and complete now complete this table. Is the cotton wool dry? 5 minutes? Paper? No. Cardboard? No. Maybe. Plastic bag? Yes. Cloth? No. 10 minutes? Is it still dry? No. No. Yes. No. 15 minutes? No. No. Yes. No. So you record crosses and check marks. Now, what did you find out? We used different materials to wrap up the cotton wool. We kept everything else the same. We found, oh, here are your words, look. We found that plastic bag was the most waterproof material. Some materials stretch. Look in the photograph. What's the girl doing? She's putting an elastic around her hair. So the hairband is elastic, it stretches. It goes out and then it will go back again. Now why do you think that's a good idea? So, the reason it's a good idea is because if it wasn't big, it wouldn't go around the hair, but then when it's round the hair, you want it to be small and tight to keep the hair in one place. Now, what materials stretch? Let's have a look at these things. We've got wood, we've got wool, we've got a comb, we've got elastic bands, a key, a plastic bag, and a bowl. Which ones are going to stretch? Try feeling these things in your home. Test which ones stretch. All you need to do to stretch things is to get them and pull like this. If it will go bigger, actually look, this material, it's got some stretch in it. Not much. But if we try and do the same thing with a marker, there's no stretch at all. So do that with some things in your house and write your answers in your notebook. Which material stretches the most and which material stretches the least? Clothes are made of fabric. Fabric is another word for material. So this shirt is made of a fabric called cotton. So here we've got some pictures. Put check marks on the things that are made of fabric. You can put cross marks on the things that are not made of fabric. Okay, page 26, we've got a metal bracelet. Now is that soft or hard? Put a circle around the correct word. Metals are usually hard and shiny, and they can be shaped to make different things. So you can heat metal up until it's soft, and then it can be hammered into shape, or it can be stretched to make wire. So this has been hammered to make that shape, and this has been stretched to make the wire for that coat hanger. Metal makes a ringing noise when you hit it. So, why is this pan made of metal? Do you think you could make a cooking pan out of paper? Metal is hard and it doesn't melt easily. That's why it's a good thing for making pans. Now, have a look around your house and look for metal objects. Find some metal objects and then keep a record, write them down, draw pictures and write them down in your notebook. Now, here's a strange thing. Not all metals are solids. One metal is a liquid at room temperature. It's called mercury. and it's very strange stuff. Maybe Mummy can find you a video on YouTube for you to have a look at about mercury. Now, what is a property? Circle the words that are properties of materials. So, we're circling properties. So we're not circling things. So paper's a thing. So you're not circling that. We're circling words like hard. And that's the end of that. Now we're in the workbook. We're on page 22, looking at things that are soft and hard. So join the dots on soft and hard, and then you can tell Mummy what those words mean. Show Mummy something that's soft, show Mummy something that's hard. So let's find something that's soft. You need to find two. So here I've got one of my toys. Find something that's hard. Well, teacher's water bottle is hard, but you need to find two of each. Now you can play the game of I Spy with your big brother or sister, or maybe with Mummy or Daddy. So you need to decide on something. Like, for example, I could decide on the toy and then get Mummy to guess what the object is. You go, I spy with my little eye, something beginning with toy, T for toy. Something beginning with T. And then Mummy looks around looking for things that are soft, beginning with T. When Mummy succeeds in finding the toy, then it's Mummy's turn, and Mummy says, I spy with my little eye. Play that game and see what happens. Here's an example in the picture. I spy with my little eye something beginning with C. It's soft. Daddy says the carpet, Mummy says a coat, and brother says curtains. I wonder who's right. Now, here we are. It's Mummy and Daddy and boy in, what do you think they are? Looks like the kitchen to me. So, find objects made of different materials. Here are some different things to look for. Fabric, remember that's another word for cloth or material. Glass, metal, paper, plastic and rubber. So, here in your table you write down the thing, and so here, for example, you could write down toy, and then you'd write cloth or fabric. Then you can write water bottle, and you write metal, and you do the same thing for maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different things. Then you can count them and see how many you got. Page 24. Make 8 labels. That's 8 pieces of paper with one word written on them, like this. Walk around the room and place these labels on an object with that property. So if you write a soft label, you need to put it on something that's soft. If you've got a hard label, you put it on something that's hard. If you want something that's see-through, well, you're going to put that on a window, aren't you? Or maybe a drinking glass. Write your examples in the table. Right, this is the table, and this that we use for writing on is called a table as well. 2 different kinds of table. So we have the table, and its property is hard. And then you write down your other 6 things, and then the properties that you put with them. Okay, that's page 24. Now page 25. Okay, so, which material is best for keeping cotton wool dry? Well, we did this in the textbook. So you can answer the questions with the information you learned from what was done in the textbook. Okay, so answer those questions. You can guess if you don't want to actually do the experiment with the water. There. That's the end of page 25. Page 26. Think about something that's really important to you. something you definitely don't want to get wet. Just imagine what happens when it gets in the sea, or in a river, or even if you drop it into the water in the bathroom. It could be terrible, couldn't it? But a year ago, I was down in Otras by the sea, and I got my phone wet in the sea. And it was only a little bit wet, but my phone died, and it's never been any good again. I had to buy a new phone. So it's a very important thing to make sure you've got good ways of keeping things dry. So, how could you keep things dry? We've got here a toy, a computer game, or a mobile phone. So how could I keep my phone dry? What would be different ways of doing that? You can write down here 6 different waterproof things that you could use to keep something dry. Now, how are you going to design your cover? How will you fix it together? How will you get your phone in and out of the cover? Draw a picture of your design. Draw a picture of your idea. Now, here's a question. Would you buy a paper coat? What about a hat made of sponge? Sponge is the foam like in a mattress. Would that make a good coat or a hat? I don't think so. Write your answers.